absolute lovelies, we are back. It has been quite some time, the longest gap in KoiCast history. If you're new to this show, I am Koi Jandreau, a Bostonian who loves pop culture, comic books, and many people. I am joined, as ever, by the great, the one, the only. He's been holding down the fort. He had a special guest last week. He is Jake Lloyd Bacon. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you, Koi.
It's a 202nd episode. It's a big special return.
It only took 2 years in between 200 and 200.
You and I have never gone, I think, more than a month without at least digitally seeing each other in 5 years.
Probably. I mean, there might have been a month in there.
But we've been like 2?
There's definitely instances where we stocked up because of things.
But I don't think it's been 2.
No, you're probably right.
This is the longest Jake and I have gone in
Jeez
half a decade.
Guy.
So this is a Superman
guy gets himself
Catchup.
engaged, he gets himself a new place to live, and you just don't fucking see him anymore.
He gets a multiple job problem, and then the busiest time of the year ramps up, and then new place to live and a lady and a wedding that's actually happening.
Welcome back to your own show.
It's so nice to be here in the first name of my own 2-part KoiCast. How was the episode with Ashley?
Ashley?
Ashley. Alexandra.
Ooh.
As soon as I said it, I am in so much trouble.
Did you guys just see
that?
I
said it with such conviction, and then
this
immediately,
is live.
Alexandra.
We can't edit out him
Alexandra,
not knowing.
I'm so sorry.
My goodness.
Did you notice the panic?
Anyways, it doesn't matter. Tell Adriana I said hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so funny because I literally, the first thing I said to Jake when I sat down was, hey man, we made our must lists and you and Alexandra are on the short list of must. And then I immediately, not even dead name, misname.
Wow.
Alexandra, who is lovely.
Ashley's great.
How was the Ashcast?
It was fun. It was enjoyable. We just talked about her expectations for movies and some stuff, and
I'm assuming the big 2 that are coming out this month.
We just kind of felt bad that we were dark so long. So I was like, hey, Alexandra, come over here and chat with me. I only planned to just pop on here for like a couple minutes for the patrons, and ended up turning into a full episode.
Oh, that's amazing.
Also, by the way, speaking of popping up here for the patrons, we are live exclusively through the Patreon. If you want to join us for these live streams when they happen, if you're listening in your pod feed, you're thinking, hey, I want to interact directly. The only way you can do that is by heading over to patreon.com/KoiCast. It's not part of any of the paid tiers. All you have to do is sign up. Even free members get access to the live streams. We got a lot of familiar names in the chat. I see we got Chad Mason, Michael McCarstle, Doug McKinney, and then Michael McCarstle says, you heard it, Koi hates Alexis.
I'm getting very fairly roasted.
Yep.
That is I was so happy to see Jake and to tell him like, hey, the wedding's actually coming together. And I even said, you and Alexandra on the short list. And then only to make the public hate me here we are. It has been a while.
I can't wait till you send the
I just
invites to a different address altogether.
What I might do now is like have it printed with her real name and then write in, and she'll be like, what does this mean? And I'll be like, it's an inside joke of my shame.
Just write, it's like Jake and an A dash question mark.
Like in cursive.
I know it's an A something.
We've only known each other 8 or 9 years now. It's actually our season. You and I met at a con or became friends more at a con. Like we'd known each other, but we didn't actually know each other. And a lot of these episodes become about con culture, but it's becoming like the big con season, which is when I'm busiest.
Yeah.
Are you doing any cons this year?
No, and I so frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I've never needed it more.
Sure.
Like I'm so jealous of those attending San Diego this year. And I feel like I've been okay not attending for a while, but I think it's because it's our first year back after the Nightmare of the East Coast and then the couple of years, because it's been years since I've gone now. This is the longest I've ever not gone to con since moving out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I just I'm kind of I miss meandering Comic-Con
the
right
culture
now.
of it, like the experience of the off time.
Yeah, because we've talked about this before in our sort of con experience episodes. We're like, I'm not a big event con guy.
You're not?
Like, when I go to a convention, I tend to not make a bunch of plans. Like, if there's a panel I really want to see and it's not like a Hall H 3 hours to wait kind of thing, then I'll definitely try to plan to go to a thing. But for the most part, I just love to meander. I love
the convene.
I love people watching.
Together.
Yeah, I love people watching. I love people seeing. I love people meeting.
Yeah.
I love just sort of checking out the booths. I really kind of miss meandering Artist Alley. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm just missing it this
What
year.
about like WonderCon or one of the small ones?
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go.
Okay, but like,
well,
do
wait,
you have any?
that's March. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go. Yeah, we
that's
missed
when
that.
you and I like really became friends.
Yeah,
was a WonderCon.
But yeah, we're
next
season, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the reality is that I had been working on just really truly independent stuff for so long that I think that my professional status lapsed.
Yeah, so
I don't think because since I moved out here, I've gotten pro badge,
right?
Because I've worked in the industry, and you have to have like a pay stub within 2 years,
right?
That is something
applicable.
Substantial, yeah. And so for years I worked for Comedy Central, doing like post production work, and so I got in there, and then I had a couple film credits, I had a couple TV credits as an actor.
Yeah,
I had the Marvel 616 thing that got me in.
Yeah.
Like every year there'd been things, but I think now I've been working for the independents so long,
right?
that like I don't think any of my work qualifies anymore as a professional.
Yeah, it's tricky.
You heard it, kids. I'm no longer a
He's
professional.
no longer a pro.
I get paid to do the thing, but not in the eyes of Comic-Con International.
Yeah, my MegaCon and Fan Expo team, like they changed over some of their management stuff. So I've been with them in like a year and a half, and I'm in that same boat of like, I really love those people, but the people I knew are gone. So now I'm like, do I try to reach out? Like, I feel like I'm starting from.
You should be able to get like not vendor pat. What do
I
they call
could
it?
attend those, but like but all the people I had worked with, like I liked working those cons. So it's similar. It's a tangentially like, but now that the thing left, I miss it.
Right.
But I'm really excited for San Diego this year. I'm only working one day, and I usually work 5. I usually work
the whole thing
through Sunday. So this is the first time I'm going as like a civilian in a long time.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna actually go.
Don't sign up for shit while you're there.
I think
Enjoy
I'm just
it. I know how you are.
So I think Friday and Thursday I'm gonna try to vibe.
Okay.
Sunday I'm gonna shop.
Okay, because I know how you are, and somebody will say like, "Oh, do you want to come do this thing?"
Not unless you're paying me.
And okay, good.
That's my new. I have to put my foot down. I'm running so threadbare.
Chad Mason says we missed you this year at MegaCon.
Dude, tell him I missed them. Yeah, I really loved doing those panels, and
Is MegaCon the Orlando
big one in Florida?
Yeah. So that was
I usually host main stage in February, March. Like that's usually my big one.
That was where we used to have the big View Askew message board meetups every year. I loved MegaCon. MegaCon was fun. That was like my little like because I moving from New York to Florida, having Big Apple Con, which at that point was New York. No, wait, I can't remember what it was called.
It was Big Apple. Now
okay, that's what. Yeah, okay, that's so yeah. Having that, and I only attended that a few times. I the first one I ever attended was when I was like a teenager, and it's still just like a Comic-Con basement kind of thing. You know what I mean? The comic books. And my next door neighbor brought me, and I was like, wait, what? And I got like, a Beavis and Butthead drawings and like weird shit from all the old comics from the 90s, right? Anyways, and then moving to Florida, I like didn't really go for years. And then there was this big meetup at MegaCon, and I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, wait, what? There's a convention?
They
no
do
idea.
This too?
And it was so much fun.
Yeah, I love MegaCon. So shouts to MegaCon. They're delightful. Well, a certain movie came out while we were away. And I had a cool experience that you guys have heard all about my movie review and thoughts. But I wanted to save the more personal element.
I couldn't come up with a dumb movie to say instead of Superman just
now.
The
Materialists, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, but that's I was trying to think of like what
one that is.
I was
good.
like, is something dumb that just came out? Is there
Smurfs
a Trolls movie? Oh, Smurfs
that would have been
right
perfect.
There.
Smurfs is literally out Friday.
But that's
not out yet.
yet.
That's true. See? You could have said almost Smurfs. The Smurfs premiere was a couple days ago. I obviously worked a ton of the Superman stuff, and I have more content than ever. I think this is the movie I've covered most next to No Way Home on the internet. So there is no shortage of Koi reviews, thoughts, Easter eggs, non-spoilers, all that stuff you can expect. I literally did 7 videos at Real Rejects that all dropped daily, like ranking and costumes, and I'm tired. But I haven't talked about my parents being out, and since Jake actually knows my parents, and you guys get the Koi real life stories on this show, I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys my premiere experience.
Yeah, you had to beg and plead and probably do some unsavory favors.
Yep. Because I was
for the DC gods,
let me in.
And they were like, you can't come, but your parents can.
Yeah.
And then
I snuck in.
And then you had to sneak in.
And then I snuck in. I was like,
you had to sneak underneath your dad's like trench coat.
Like the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon thing and Kimpel. I was in his very slim fit suit. Wasn't when I was in.
He's just carrying you.
Yeah. He could. He actually very strong man. But yeah, I brought my parents. It's their first ever premiere.
Yeah, that's really fun.
I thought
it was just the 3 of you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So my dad got me into comics.
Yeah.
My mom
screw
got me
your
into movies.
siblings.
Sorry, brother and sister. Stay home. I actually want to bring them to Five Nights at Freddy's at the end of the year. They're big Five Nights at Freddy's fans.
Okay.
They're both obsessed with Matt Lillard.
Is there another movie coming?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
In December.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be their Superman. My dad got me into comics. My mom got me into movies, and her second favorite actor in the world is Nick Holt. So this was the most them premiere possible.
Right.
But it was really special because not only was it a premiere of something they both were actually invested in outside of me, but it got to be the first time they met most of my bosses, and they got to meet the team I work with.
Yeah, they get to like sort of be part of your world.
Yeah, and they got to hear from people, not like at a premiere, it's either a networking thing or a celebration, right? Like those are the two energies. Since I'm part of the team, it wasn't networking. It got to be like, oh, this is what I do and work with.
Also, with your parents there's a level of like leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a little bit of that kind of like,
let him have
like, let's not bother him because he's spending time with his parents.
The crowd in the red carpet did not get that memo, which was very sweet because my mom got to see like how it is.
Cute. Yeah.
And like that was actually very flattering. Like people chanting your name on a carpet is either very annoying because you're like, I'm sorry, I can't, or it's like, look, my mom sees that I did something that affected people. So this was a really cool thing to be like, look, Ma, I made it to scale. But the really, really special moments were like introducing James to my parents. And we talked a lot about Missouri and like mobile homes and Metropolis because he's from Missouri, obviously LA now, and like the movie world. I grew up in a double wide in Virginia, live in LA, so I got to talk about the Ma and Pa Kent and all that stuff with my parents there. So that was really cool. My dad and James got to connect. They're both named James, but they also have similar taste in music. But meeting Jim Lee for my dad was like, that's one of the artists that he and I bonded over in the beginning.
I remember my first con when I met him, and it was just like, and he's everything you want him to
be.
Oh
my God, he's so warm and kind.
Everything you want him to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my dad like doesn't really have the celebrity thing my mom does. So the whole time I was like, but this is the one where he will.
Right. Yeah.
Because these celebrities. So I got to introduce my dad to Jim, who has become a real life friend. Like Jim and I actually got to know each other over the last year. So it was really, really sweet to hear Jim have things that were specific about what I'm doing for comic books and to hear Jim Lee say what I'm doing for comic culture is affecting people to my dad was this ultimate like, I felt like I was Huck Finn in the Tom Sawyer, like watching my own funeral, like someone saying big nice things. And you're like, I get to live this.
Yeah.
So Jim Lee was
casually
really,
throwing around racial slurs.
Yeah. I got to live some racism with my family.
Gil in the chat says the three Jameses. Yeah. Is there any story about people not named James?
Okay, pivoting from Jameses. Also got introduced my dad to Dan Jurgens, which was awesome because Dan Jurgens, like one of the Superman writers of all time, artists. And then Frank Whiteley was there, who I freaked out to meet. Frank Whiteley, one of my favorites, who did All-Star Superman, who did the new X-Men run with Grant Morrison. That's Frank Whiteley, Scottish guy, not in America much, doesn't do a lot of cons, so I'd never met him. And then Kevin McGuire, the artist, actually brought me over to them. So Kevin came over to me, and I don't know Kevin McGuire's face because Wizard doesn't exist anymore.
You know what? You're saying all these names, and I'm having to imagine.
Yeah, you're like,
what any
someone
of them look like.
So this guy comes up to me, and I can tell he is at the premiere for a reason. He's dressed well, he carries himself well, but he comes over to me and he's like, hey, you're doing so much for comics. I watch the show every month. I really appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, thanks, Coy. And he goes, oh, it's Kevin McGuire. And I was like, oh. And like my brain immediately was like, not a fan, but a important person that is a fan of what I'm doing. So then he's like, oh, I want you to meet a couple people. Introduce me to Dan and Frank. And then I get to bring my dad over and we get to have this conversation of like 30 years of comics. And it's so special. And then I get to introduce my mom to Nick. And Nick is such a family guy. Like Nick literally had his oldest shave his head to play Lex because Nick can't show his kids most of his movies. Like that's just not a thing yet.
No, that's fair.
Really can't expose
except
them
when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And even then, some of them were iffy.
Some of them, like About a Boy, maybe now. So Nick has been in the industry so long and he's not gotten to show his kids most of the work. So I knew this night was really special. He actually stopped watching anything but ADR and was waiting to watch it with his kids. So since the trailer event, Nick and I have been talking about how important the family element was. So then I got to be like, hey man, this is my mom. And my mom is like, she loves Nicholas Holt's work such a level that she watches Warm Bodies like monthly. Like she's got like, that's her thing. So she got to gush, but was really good about it. Like she was really, my mom 5 years ago, I would have been so worried to bring her to this, but I think my mom realizes like, mom, this is my work. I need this to be. So my mom got really excited and started like listing things. And then she saw Nicholas be like, and like engaged to listen, but she had the instinct to be like, but wait, you talk about the same stuff. And then she pivoted to how important it was to his kids. And I was like, my mom did the thing.
She did it.
And it was so cute to see Nick like light up. And Nick got to be like, oh, what did you think? And like talk to his kid with my mom.
There's also like, there is also a level of at an event like this everybody's kind of show busy,
100%.
and so when your parents are there, I bet people were very, very pleased to talk to your parents.
They were so southern and charming. Like there's but it was really cool to see my mom talk to his kid moment, and I got to lean back, and then Nick got to be a proud dad, and then I got to be a proud son. And there was just this really beautiful moment of family. And then he is someone that I really appreciate. I love the work he put into this.
Right.
Lieber Mayho, the artist who did Brian Azzarello's work on Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. He's been talking to me online about the work and the influence. So it's also connecting me back to my comic people. Sure. So it was a really special premiere of like, I got to make my family understand the scale of what I do.
You merged the Venn diagrams
in such a crazy way.
Yeah.
And it was really like, it didn't feel networky. It didn't feel like corporate or artificial because, like you said, my family was there.
Right.
And that made me get to let my hair down a little bit and not be like, oh, this is probably the most important premiere for me behaving. Like it was actually me on a position of power.
I'm the like cynic bully that lives inside of me just wishes at some point they just embarrassed you like awfully. Like your parents are too cool, which is annoying to me. Because in my mind, I'd rather have them done something
pure shame,
just awful.
Yeah,
just really atrocious.
Pie in the face, something just dreadful.
Halfway through the movie, your mom just loudly says, "When does Spider-Man show up?" Yeah, just
I thought Kevin Spacey was in this.
Ooh,
no, they're not those parents.
Yeah.
But then Eddie Gathegi's obviously in Twilight. Eddie and I have known each other.
Who's he?
In Twilight?
Or just give me a face or
he's
who is
Mr.
he in
Terrific
this?
in Superman.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He was Darwin in X-Men.
Oh shit! I didn't realize. Wait, he was in
Same dude.
Twilight. I blocked those movies out.
He was
sorry.
Laurent. He was the only black vampire.
Gotcha.
Black vampire with dreads.
He was a token.
Yeah, he was. He was an important character that was in the first film, but like once again, he's in one. Anyway, Eddie and I have known each other like 12 years. Eddie and I have known each other in real life a long time, but my mom is the biggest Twilight fan I know, as you know. It was an entire chunk of our show. And so my mom getting to meet a friend of mine who's in Twilight, she literally brought trading cards she's had since 2008. And cute. Eddie signing them was the cutest moment because like that's the last thing he expected at the Afterlife for Superman was like his face on a trading card. And to see him light up and to see my mom get to be like a 12-year-old giddy girl meeting like a vampire and like the signing. And since Eddie and I know each other, it didn't feel like this isn't the place. It felt literally perfect.
Sure, yeah.
It was I've never been happier to have worked on something that could cause my parents happiness.
Right.
Like it felt so nice to just
also like, I mean, I don't know. I'm again, the relationship that my family has with the industry that I work in is very different from yours.
Sure.
But like it's also nice to just be able to be like, hey, the thing that I do can be seen as fun and interesting to you. Whereas like, not for nothing, but we were on the East Coast for a year and I don't think in the year, a single member of my family asked me once about any of my jobs or career. Like literally the lack of interest is astounding.
That's surprising.
So,
me, man.
but like, I think like,
on the other extreme,
that might be an exception to what the rule would be. But I do feel like I can imagine how nice it is just to simply be like, oh, hey, like, here is a thing that truly brings me joy that I have become a part of. That is also, by the way, my career, which can also be exhausting. Like I know you're very good at putting on the happy face because it's your job, but I also know sometimes that you're probably just like, I'd rather not have this job today. Like
there are like, days where I'm like, I can't pick up this comic,
or it's just like, I don't know, maybe the fucking swinging a hammer sounds like a really nice way to make a living. I don't, like there's definitely, I know I have.
There are days where I'm like, what if I love math? What if I was an accountant?
Because listen, despite that we are in two completely different facets of the industry, there are times where I get to work on something that I'm really excited about, and then there are times where I'm working on something and I am just, there's a reason I use a pseudonym in a lot of my work.
Sure.
It's because I'm just like, I don't want to be working on this at all.
I don't want that direct line.
And those days are days where I just go like, I'd rather not be doing this job. And so in any case, the long point I'm trying to make is like, it's probably not just a professional fulfillment. It's probably this like massive emotional fulfillment that also then just allows you to maybe like connect with parents on a more human level. Yeah. Versus just like, you're proud of me. And I know that you have a good relationship with parents anyway.
I do. Like, but I got to see it in a different way.
It's a very unique thing to share.
And like the uniqueness of the premiere was not only was it the, connecting these people, but to hear people say that I'm impacting comics and movies and stuff in a way that I hadn't heard, because you don't tell the person, you 100%. Tell the person's parents.
100%.
So it was really cool to have that to be like a through line of the trip. And the last thing I'll say about the premiere, and then I want to talk about DC. the Superman, David Cornsweat, is so Superman that my mom wanted a picture really bad. And so we also needed one for the DC Studio Showcase team. Like, we all needed photos. So David is so tall. He's 6'4".
Right.
He just takes your phone and does the selfies.
Yeah.
But he saw that we took one with the cast, and then he saw that my mom wanted one.
Right.
And then he noticed, the man himself clocked that my dad wasn't in any of the pictures, and my dad's standing over here.
Come on,
he takes my phone and he starts paparazziing my dad.
Right.
So I have a ton of super blurry and then one amazing photo of David and my dad.
The attempts.
They're so adorable.
That's really
it's
cute.
Literally them laughing and giggling, blurry, and him chasing my dad around the premiere. The dude is Clark Kent. Like, that's such dad joke, Clark Kent.
Yeah, is your dad sort of not like interested in like being in photos?
He just is. He didn't care enough to fight through.
Yeah,
like, it was on the other side of the circle, and he's like, I'm not going to bother anyone.
Right.
David is so worldly aware that he's like, he's trying to be nice, but so precious. Like, just he's Clark Kent. Like, what a Superman thing to do.
Catherine Dawson Foy in the chat with the very important question: does Spidey Cat have a favorite grandparent?
You know what's funny? My mom is a cat person, so I think Spidey Cat wants my dad's approval. Right. Like, my Spidey goes to my dad because my mom is a get.
That was like Cody, our old cat, who didn't really like anybody. And when Alexandra moved in and we became a family, Cody was sort of like, "Hey, what's going on? What's your deal?"
Yeah.
And I was like, not that I'm not a cat person. I love all animals, but I didn't want cats, and I think Cody knew it. And was like,
that's so funny.
I was like, "Hey, you know how I don't like anybody? I'm gonna like you, and it's gonna suck." And I'm like, "God damn it!
God, what is this?" Yeah, Spidey Cat loves my mom, but I think the challenge of my dad is the intrigue.
I love that.
But yeah, it was a really special premiere. Lots and lots of other stories, but it was really, really, really cool. And then my mom actually got to stand in the press pit with me.
That's
so she got to see all my interviews. Me and Skylar Gisondo were twins and also have become like friendly through this press tour. So Skylar and I had like a really fun bro down about all the transformations of Jimmy Olsen. And I thought he only thought it was funny because like, oh, this is something new on a carpet. Like, thank you for the freedom to talk about something new. But then at the after party, he's like, dude, tell me that thing again. And then I got to meet his parents, and Skylar and I got to actually connect, which was nice. So yeah, premiere was amazing. But then the next day, my friends over at DC Comics, the incredible Mike Pilata, scheduled a bunch of tours for my family. So
that's awesome.
Not only did I get to show them my work, we got to go in the archives of DC Comics. So my dad got to see original art from like the 30s, the 50s.
Was this one of those things where your mom was like, I'm fun, we're doing something, but this is for him?
My mom is enough of an artist. She found other things. My dad got to be like,
where is this?
It's in the building that DC Studios is in now in Burbank, but there's a special locked off level.
Which one is it? One of the ones off Oliver, or it's the other? Is
the
it
other
the
side
other
near the
facility?
Johnny Carson studio?
Gotcha.
So there's a locked off level that's like a vault, and there's like an archivist, and there are literally volumes and volumes of books where they had to get the original prints of comics and bind them and legally mount them.
Sure, yeah.
But in the Comic Code Authority era, there's a lot of comics that were banned, so a lot of the comics that we only have archives of are literally stamped legal and like to burn, all that stuff. So I got to see books that were literally like, no. And like, there's nowhere else in the world that ever has them.
Right.
So I got to see the books that they're scanning for archive.
Take any pictures?
I have the coolest pictures I have.
Share them like in the Discord.
I'll put them in the
this
Discord.
episode comes out. Remember, yeah.
But I gotta show you. Do you know? I mean, obviously you know. Remember the 1-800 number to save or kill Robin?
Oh, I do remember that.
These are the pages where Robin lives, dude.
Oh my! Oh wait,
I have the alternate reality where Robin lives. Those are photos of the life of. That's the 1-900 number. If Jim Starlin didn't kill Robin,
you got to post these.
How insane is that?
I can't really like share well, but it's Batman holding him, screaming, "He's alive!"
Isn't that the cool? Like that, I have a multiversal moment in my phone.
That's really cool.
So that was really special.
And by the way, I love that they're unfinished.
Yeah, because he didn't.
Because they were working on it, and they're like, "What? What?
Died? Okay."
Throw these out.
Isn't that crazy? Like a half-finished panel. Like they stopped mid-ink.
These are really cool.
Isn't that special? So yeah, we got to go in the archive. I got to see comics that no one else has ever seen.
Some people have seen them.
Well, the public.
I know what you mean.
No one. I was blindfolded.
It's like we all found them together.
Guys,
for the
look
first
at
time.
this. But one of the coolest things was Kirby obviously was on Superman for a little bit, but because of the time, there was a mandate of the facial structure and facial expression having to be exactly the same for copyright purposes.
Oh, wow.
So there are some comics where Kirby got drawn over. So I got to see Kirby's face mapped with another face and the before and afters that have never been public.
Have you been to the exhibit, the Kirby exhibit?
I haven't yet, the Scare Ball?
Yeah.
I haven't yet. Have you?
No, not yet. I didn't even realize it was happening until like two people within the matter of like 5 hours posted about it on social media. And I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. And it seems like it's the small exhibit.
Yeah, but it just started.
But yeah.
We should do a double date.
We should do a double date.
Me, you,
Because also,
Anya, and Ashley.
that's also not too far from the Getty, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that'd
right?
be fun,
It's on the
man.
other side of the Getty.
Yeah, Scareball's right
I've
there.
been dying to go back there too.
But yeah, it'd be
I don't
fun.
know what else is in that. I know that like it's a pretty big facility, but I'm not sure what else is there.
That'd be
Anyways,
fun. But yeah, so I got
super
to see
fucking
the
fun,
deepest DC archives.
you got to go into the dungeons.
It was
of
so
DC.
special, dude. And to do that with my family, like my mom's enough of an artist that she was interested in the lore as much as the characters.
Right.
There's actually a time when the comic run had to be cut by 80% because the company that bought
Meaning
DC
how many got printed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was
Sorry,
a
just
run.
trying to
Oh, yeah,
follow.
no, please. I want the audience to understand the scope of this. There was a moment where 80% of the comic titles had to be cut because they got acquired and the books weren't allowed to be printed. So there was a book of 80% of the comics that were already made that never got to see distribution. That's like some
Interesting.
Kirby stuff, some like classic
Interesting.
Superman, and all of them never saw the light of day. So there's one mega book and there's only 10 copies of this book. Most that are in museums, one's in the archive.
Right, yeah. And so that's just stuff that was just never distributed.
Never
and
allowed to
and,
be.
and it wasn't allowed to be distributed?
Yeah, kind of like the
Interesting.
Looney Tunes thing where it's like,
Oh,
this is
right.
a tax write-off. We have to curb this amount.
Because if it
If it comes
ever
out, then
makes
it's-
out, but what if it comes out and doesn't make any money? Because like, can't you see just be like, here's
a
on our
free-
social media, here's YouTube.
I'm sure
don't
there's
monetize.
I know there's a couple pages that have made it into like annuals or like celebrations and
Right.
stuff. But like there's a book of 80 comics that were supposed to start or
Wow.
finish stuff that never, there's only 10 copies of the book and it was copies that the printer stole. And then later
course,
on,
right.
now they're in
Right.
museums.
What
and
kind of
stuff.
titles?
All sorts of crazy like sci-fi supernatural
Like the weird
40s and 60s,
Right,
those
like
two waves.
like science tales,
Yeah.
and those sorts of ones.
And
yeah.
some characters we ended up getting. There's also some like Dr. Fates that never got printed. There's some different
That's
alternate
cool.
versions. There, while I was there, they discovered something. This is a moment that no one has seen yet.
Right.
They were flipping through and they found that there was an issue of the Speed Force calculation where they discovered that on the last page they had written an actual calculation for a slow force.
like
and
someone. Oh,
So someone had written a way to slow down.
okay.
And that never got turned into canon because it was in one of the canceled
Right.
issues. So there's a mathematical equation for the slow force.
That's really fun.
So I got to see something get discovered.
That's really
Dude,
fun.
it was a really special day.
Is it just
and-
like handwritten doodles?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and in
Oh,
that
that's
book?
fun.
So yeah, get into
must
that
have
with my
been a
parents
blast.
was really special. It happened to be Superman Day, so every room was like a party and there
Oh,
was
that's
food
fun.
and stuff. So my parents were like, "Is
Oh,
it
what a lucky break that was.
the day we
Right.
went?" Because it was the day after the premiere. All
Right.
my parents saw was like joy and celebration
Right.
and food. So it was really cool, man. It was
Dude,
a really
that's
special
fucking
day.
awesome.
So their trip was nuts. We got to do all that. Kevin was doing a signing, so we got to go hang out with Kevin and then talk to them for a while. My dad got to talk about Superman with Kevin Smith for like half an hour. That was a one-on-one
Who
crazy.
doesn't enjoy
Yeah.
want that?
An
Yeah.
evening with Kevin Smith got to happen one-on-one.
Right.
So that was really cool to introduce them more formally. They'd met once, but this was an actual hang. So yeah, it was like the best trip ever, man. It was really
That's
special.
fucking great. That's really fucking great. Well, shit, man. Paint me wildly jealous of all of the happenings.
Well, if you want a negative thing, just to temper it.
Yeah,
just I'll
give me
one.
some bad
So that way you
news.
just feel
I
better.
need a little Schadenfreude.
Anya's car broke down 2 weeks ago. So for the last 2 weeks,
Sucker.
the last 2 weeks of me
Take
doing
that, Ariadna.
Yeah, deal with Arachnia.
keep
The
changing
last
your name
2
on it.
weeks of the Superman press when I was at my busiest. I have 7 jobs right now, including this. So I was doing 6 of them because I have betrayed you all. But since I was doing all those jobs with sharing a car.
You had
So-
an 8th job of taxi.
I had its job of just getting around. So I was letting Anya borrow my car because she works all the way in Beverly Hills. I was either walking or Ubering all around. But then my family came into town, and one of the days that she had off of only 2.
Can I tell you, this is an instance where like you and I are bad at being friends. We literally have a car that just sits outside and doesn't get used. You could have
No way,
You could
really?
have just taken we have a Malibu that just sits there. You could have just taken that car and just used it for a week, and we would have. When I tell you, the other day I went out there to start the car because it hadn't been starting. Ooh, that's a word. Hasn't been started in like maybe a month, and I was like, we should probably just start it and make sure.
I would have
get
been
the
helping
cobwebs
you.
off. You could have just like
That
used
would have
it
been
for
an actual
Yeah.
benefit.
This is like we're bad
We're
at like
bad at
yeah. We need to be better at like not just being
being
pod friends.
once a month friends.
But anyways,
So
that
her
does
car broke
suck.
down. So she only had 2 days off the entire time my family was in town. The whole
Right.
time because work
Right.
and
Yeah.
my family was in town 8 days. They got to see her twice.
Bummer.
One of the entire days we had to go car shop.
That's kind of like that's like a struggle that we always have with the holidays because of Alexandra's job generally, and this year my job added to it, but it's not the norm. Is that like it's her busy season, the
Yeah.
holidays? So what happens
My
is
mom's the theater.
we travel someplace, but then she has to work and she only really can take off like Christmas Day
Yeah.
and then the day after for her birthday, but that's it. So it's like we go someplace and then it's just like me doing things with
Yeah.
people while she's like locked away working.
That's us
a
with
bummer.
like we go to do Christmas in January, but then I have to work and Anya has to work because it's not our time off.
Right.
And then Christmas, my mom's working. But so one of the 2 days that she was off that they were here, we had to spend literally 12 hours at a car lot. We got the car, but that was the whole day.
Right.
And then the next day we went and saw the wedding venue, which we did lock in and
Right.
everything else. But it was literally this amazing trip with really stressful 2 days of all this important adult life stuff.
Right.
And then and they just left yesterday.
Right.
So yeah, I'll give you a little salt in my coffee.
Wow.
But yeah, how about you, man? What big stuff happened in the last 2 months?
I feel like I should have led because now trying to follow
But you're
that.
seeing Superman soon.
Yeah,
so we will be
Thursday.
able to talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna go on Thursday. We were supposed to go this past weekend, and Alexandra ended up not feeling well during one day. I ended up having a bunch of work. It's just been typical like clusterfucky shit. The reason why we don't get to the theaters, there's always something else that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're making a plan to go on her days off, and we might even hit up like a matinee early in the day, thinking that maybe that would be, but then I also think like maybe there might be kids.
Yeah, because it is a young enough skewing movie.
Yeah.
Parents
But anyways,
might be like,
we're definitely looking forward to
Are you going to
seeing
see
it this
FF
weekend.
in theaters?
That's the plan. Like we want to see
So
both.
we might be able to talk both in August.
Yes, sure.
I would love if we could.
Yeah.
Because that's a
Absolutely.
big.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
absolutely.
that two this scale have ever come out in our like new age tenor.
No, because there's never been a DC movie we gave a shit about.
This is the most
Let's
I've
be
cared
honest.
leading
Yeah.
up ever.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark Knight era, but
that
Marvel
was
wasn't hitting
20 years ago.
the same.
Yeah.
So I think if you could, that'd be an amazing. Like we
Yeah,
could
no,
literally
well-
just you and I reviewing it for the main pod, not the Patreon.
Yeah.
pod.
No. We'll again should be easy peasy.
Okay.
I think I'm more excited for Fantastic Four because it's more unknown for me because I know Superman's great. I know we're gonna love it.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? That like
Yeah.
I've wanted a Superman movie, a new one, but I've already seen a really good one.
Sure.
So
We
I
haven't
know
had
so I
the
know
best
that it
possible
works,
FF.
but we've never had a good Fantastic Four movie. And so I think, but anyways, yes, I'm gonna really push for us to go to it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, since we have not been potting, I have been working like a madman. I started pre-production / production on my next feature.
Yeah, dude.
I
a
talked-
lot of movie stuff I'm seeing online.
Talked a little bit about that in the last episode with Alexandra. We're still doing some casting, got some people locked in that I'm really stoked about. Not much really on that front. But yeah, I'm just sort of I'm really excited to kind of get into it. I'm also like,
Are you enjoying it? Because I know that you weren't
yes.
scratching that creative itch for a while.
I'm very much to the point where I now hate doing everything else.
I was wondering if that was inevitable.
I hate doing not that.
Anything not
Yeah.
the creative endeavor.
Yeah. The hardest thing, do you know what's the hardest thing has been that I really took for granted 15 years ago or 10 years ago? I'm struggling with casting, and it's because my network has shrunk. Because when you're in your 30s,
You're out.
every week you're going to an event where you're meeting
Too many actors.
a bunch of people, or you're seeing the same people over and over again, even though you're not making plans to,
Yeah.
right? And so it's really easy to like be like, oh, that person. But I've been sitting down. We've been having production meetings pretty regularly with me and my the lead and some other people, and like every single time it's like, well, what about this person? And we're all like, I don't know, who could that? We literally have no idea whatsoever.
You have to actually hire a casting person that goes to these parties.
Well, we do have a casting director on the hook for a slightly bigger thing for some names we're trying to get attached, but like the rest of it, that's just me doing everything it's been strange because I feel like the problems that I used to have are no longer problems, and problems I didn't have are now problems.
Yeah.
But
Growing up.
but yeah, I mean, I wish I had more to report.
Well,
in
you've
the
been
time
nose
we've
to
been
the
off,
grindstone
but
in a different way. Like all of this
Yeah.
in 2 years would be like, remember when I had nothing to say? And
I hope
it's coming, man.
Yeah.
You've had your fucking darkness. Now it's time to have this joy turn.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, other than that, just been trucking away. We have not. Wait, have we made it out to the theater since the last time we spoke?
I don't think so.
I talked a lot about with Alexandra. We went and saw Dogma, the re-release.
Yeah.
In the theater. That was super fun to go see that in a theater. I'd never seen it in a theater because it came out when I was not. I didn't prioritize that. That was a blast, and they played a chunk of Kevin's Q&A from a earlier thing after
I was
it.
wondering what they'd do.
My whole thing was at the end of it, I was like, oh, are we... Because I thought to myself, like, I wonder if they added anything or if they did anything extra. And in Dogma, the original, God closes the book on the View Askew universe.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's part of the... And I thought to myself, like, oh, I wonder if they, like,
Because
did
clearly
that
things
scene,
have moved on.
or they did something for that scene, but instead they just didn't show it.
Oh, they cut the book closing?
It just doesn't happen. But
I
then
like
they just cut to, it's just something that comes on screen that says like, we asked Kevin Smith to do a Q&A, after the re-release premiere. And if you know anything about Kevin, he's very generous with his time. Very, very generous. Whatever it said. And then it just cuts to him like, it was like an extra hour.
That's amazing.
of just material.
It has one question.
Oh, probably two. Maybe there were two in there.
I love that, man.
But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's been so long that I'm struggling to think of
how much has occurred
of like shit that we did in the last month, because it's been, like you said, 2 months. All of May.
But it's been so work heavy. Like we haven't just been like, oop, missed one. We've tried to make this work.
Oh yeah, no,
and
it's
one
tough.
of us has had something every single time. Like you've been working.
Yeah.
So I think you don't remember because it's been a blur of like,
What did you do on the 4th? How was your 4th?
I didn't really do much. I like acknowledged a day off, but I also got a bunch of pre-stuff filmed, so I kind of worked on my own page. Like because no one else was calling me, I took it upon myself to get ahead. So like it wasn't really a day off.
Yeah, I decided to like really try to take the 4th off and be an actual employee in America. Because I realized July 3rd that the last day I had taken off at that point was my birthday, March 15th. So I had not taken off from my regular job in what's the math on that? 3 months, just under 3 months, March, April, May, June, July. No, all of 3 months and 4 days, whatever it was. So yeah, we drugged up the dogs, closed the windows, closed the door, and just watched movies all day long.
Oh, dude, that's beautiful.
So that was thoroughly enjoyable.
That's a really special day.
Wait, wasn't the book closing in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Gil says in the chat, by the way, I'm not just saying that. No, I thought that it was. Well, now you're making me second guess myself. I thought that it was at the end of Dogma.
Because
you know what? Yeah, I think Gil might be right. Maybe I'm
because that was meant to be
mixing.
the end.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm mixing up.
And either way, that needs to be cut because we're back. The newest universe carried on.
It continues forever.
But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of patron pod stuff to talk about, obviously, because
oh gosh, too much. I have watched a lot of shit,
but we'll have to narrow because like
I'm doing that thing where my brain just breaks at 9 p.m. every night, and I go movie. I needed to sit and watch a movie, and then the movie's over, and then I go back to work for a little while before bed.
I like read the stuff I had to read that I was putting off.
I've also. And I think I've talked about this since as I've been locking the script for the feature and like working on this, not just the post-production, but like working on the project before then. Like I'm just a nighttime person.
Sure.
And I think it's because there's less distractions.
Yeah. People aren't emailing or calling.
I think that's what it is. So like my brain kind of wakes up at 10 p.m. rather for like doing a thing that's mine.
Yeah.
And that's been a struggle to embrace with person who wants to go to bed early and gets up early for work. Yeah. But the things I also like being up. I like it. Every time I get up early, I'm like, oh, this is fucking great.
Oh, I'm like, what a day I had. What an accomplishment. Or
you look and it's noon. You've done so much.
It is the hack, but I can't do it.
Listen,
I know
Wahlberg has it. He knows what he's talking about.
5 a.m. lift, pray.
I go to the gym and then
answer emails.
3:45 back in the gym.
I'm at 4th workout of the day by noon, kid. I know it works. I cannot do it yet. I would like that. But yeah, I feel like that's all my stuff. I feel like we definitely have a huge review double feature coming when you've seen FF. I'm working the premiere for The Hollywood Reporter, I think. So I'm gonna see it next week.
Right.
And I haven't had nearly as much access I don't know anything about it compared to Superman, and I can't tell if the algorithm is just like feeding me Superman because it's my job, or if it's actually just not being advertised as much. What are we showing the shirt?
I'm showing off my shirt that I'm currently wearing.
It's applicable to Fantastic Four.
For Fantastic Four.
He has seen 0 trailers.
I have not seen
anything
for outside of the very first like photos that came out. I have avoided all trailers.
How much Superman have you seen?
Just that first trailer.
Amazing.
The one that was mostly like a teaser trailer where it's very quick snippets of things. The one where like, Green Lantern walks in and does that. Like, other than that, I've seen nothing. People were talking about a scene that they posted where like, oh, Superman comes in, he's really angry, and I've avoided all of that.
Don't watch any of that.
I've seen everybody talk about, oh, there's a spot with Crypto being cute. I've literally seen nothing. And James Gunn, I love you to death, but every time you post and I see that there's even an image, I'm skipping it. I've gotten really, really, really good. I've seen very,
You're
very little.
You're going to have a great time, dude. This is going to be so special for you.
Catherine Dawson Foy in the chat. I'm going to ask Jake, did you and Alexandra finish the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy or see the live action? No, and you know what? I pitched that trilogy for
the fourth.
For the fourth And then I think we ended up pivoting and not doing something, or it was one of those things where she wasn't in the mood in that, and I don't know. You have to find the compromise of like what we're gonna do.
I think Catherine also asked. I did the Q&A for the book. I don't know if you saw.
No.
The Art of How to Train Your Dragon. Me and the director sat down.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was so special, dude. So I did at Barnes & Noble. I got to moderate one of those.
What Barnes & Noble?
The Grove. The big one.
Oh, okay. Down in LA. Gotcha.
The one in LA. So basically,
I wasn't gonna come to that.
Yeah,
I was like, wait.
I would have been there.
I was like, was it the one at the Americana in Glendale? Because I'd go to that shit.
I won't drive an hour. I drive 40 minutes. No, a buddy of mine, Jerry Schmitz, wrote the book, and then Dean Dubois, who obviously directed all of the 3 animated and now the live action, wrote a book while making of it.
That's
so
really fun.
The Art of How to Train Your Dragon is stunning. It's a really special book.
Compendium kind of book.
And I got to do the moderating the panel and like do a full hour with them about the book.
I love additional materials for movies and TV shows. This came courtesy of a listener. You know how much I love the UK ghosts?
Yeah.
I love shit like this.
Dude, that makes me happy.
It's like the official companion. Like shit like this. I want... If the movie industry is going to continue to make less money and suffer, like we need to be supporting
bolstering it as best
additional shit for a movie,
because
that sounds
at concerts.
Yeah.
So
this book is fucking hilarious. It's got like a specific timeline. It's got like each of the characters, like her history. Some of them have like a diary. These things are so fun.
Incredible.
I love shit like that.
I'm gonna make sure I have the team right because they have been amazing to me. The team
Publisher.
that made the book. I'm gonna make sure their next book has been announced before I get to it. I don't think it
While
is.
you're doing that, I'm going to acknowledge Edie Nexus in the chat. Hey, finally, the first time live. Welcome, Edie. Also, your name sounds like MTV. What was the name
VJ?
of that? No. What was the name of that like series where it had like Max and Eon Flux? They called it MTV Oddities.
Yes.
It sounds like Edie Nexus sounds like an MTV Oddities cartoon from the 90s, and I fucking love it.
Great name. Inside Editions is the book company, and they haven't announced the next one yet. But Inside Editions sent me very kindly because I did this as a favor. I didn't get paid or anything. I love How to Train Your Dragon, so I like wanted to do this. So they were like, "Hey, you actually you're an amazing moderator. Like you never know when you hire a friend how it's gonna go." So they were like, "We really appreciate how much effort you put into this. Can we send you some editions of our books?" And I was like, "I love movie book." Like same moment where I was like, "Yes, please." They sent me Bike Riders because they actually saw my review because. The director of Bike Riders, Jeff Nichols, I love.
Okay.
Jeff Nichols and I talked at length at the trailer event, and then he ended up apparently sending out my review as someone that got the tone of the film.
Sure.
So they knew me because Jeff Nichols was like, "We loved your review," which is insane. That was news to me. But so they sent me a Bike Riders Art of book as thank you, and it's absolutely stunning, dude. It is so special. Like Jeff Nichols and the Inside Editions book. And then they found out how big of a fan I was of the entire world of Dune.
Sure.
I have a hand-signed Josh Brolin Inside Editions that he wrote everything in the book and all the art's from Greg Fraser.
That's really
so
cool.
Inside Editions was like, "Hey, you did us a solid. We love you." And like, what a book company. So I should be teaming up with them 2 more times this year. And on some really cool stuff, and I will let you guys know when that comes to fruition.
That totally reminds me. I forgot. I'm glad we ended up talking about books and things given to us because
I saw you
we love
excited.
that. But also, I forgot we got a little something from Mad Cave Studios.
Oh, Mad Cave Studios!
Is this it? Nope, that's not it.
We've got mail.
There you go.
Oh, hey!
To KoiCast.
Oh shit, that's special.
Let's see what Mad Cave sent us.
All right, Mad Cave.
Hey, look, we're officially an unboxing video now.
Look, I unboxed. Now I'm gonna.
I do know what IP it has to do with, and that is.
Oh, this is awesome! I see the initial flag.
We got some Mad Cave Speed Racer stuff.
I had to open this first, and then the next thing. This is.
I did not look at this yet.
Oh,
when I opened it up,
it's
his bandana.
Yes,
that's pretty fucking badass.
Oh,
I did not know that was a bandana. When I first opened up, I just saw the logo and I thought, oh, this is the thing that Mad Cave sent us. So I sealed it right back up and I said, I'll wait for Koi.
I was gonna say handkerchief. I'm so glad you said bandana.
It's been sitting handkerchief. It's a snot rag.
Yeah,
they sent us.
what a beautiful ascot.
Speed Racer.
Oh,
snot.
that's a Mad Cave. That is beautiful. That is actually like really quality fabric as well. And then we got from Mad Cave. Oh, it's sealed. Here, I'll leave you the
sealed?
honors.
Oh, look at it. Oh, it's like
I open one thing, you open one thing.
I mean, it's got to be a floppy, right? It's got to be a book. It feels
I'm
like
assuming
maybe
it's a Speed Racer #1 because that is this is
that
beautiful.
would be my guess.
Also, they gave us a board to protect it, but also so that way it stays protected. Mad Cave crushing it. They do a lot of really beautiful work. They also really love their IPs, which I respect a lot. Oh, that's beautiful. Speaking of signed,
hey, it's from. Oh my gosh,
that's a signed copy.
That's pretty fantastic.
Thank you so much, Mad
A
Cave.
signed copy of Speed Racer Zero from Free Comic Book Day.
That is beautiful.
That's very kind. I always like it when people send us joyous occasions.
Amazing.
Were you going to ask who?
Looks like it was signed by David Pipose, who is the writer of this fine novel. That's dope. Thank you, Mad Cave.
Yeah, that was Frank. I'm struggling to remember the last name right now. Frank Silva.
Frank Silva. Oh, I know that name.
Yeah.
We've talked.
Yeah. Frank is a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Reached out. He reached out and was like, "Hey, can I send you something from Mad Cave?" And
Frank, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well done.
We like stuff.
Well done, Frank.
We appreciate it, and that looks great.
The marketing coordinator for Mad Cave.
Amazing.
I'm gonna rock that little bandana.
Yeah, you're gonna look great
around the neck in the
be
summertime. Yeah, because I'm like, I do not dress for summer
but
at
you're
all.
A little flirty ascot.
Can I tell you? Our mutual friend Aurora Zenith.
Yeah.
Had a birthday, and it was like a summer barbecue purple. I forget what purple in the park. It was like I forget what the theme was, but you had to wear purple, and I don't wear any purple.
Did you have to buy purple?
Not in my season.
Okay.
And I went out and I bought the least Jake shirt I've ever owned in my entire life. It is like towel fabric. Do you know like those shirts?
Those. Yeah, I have 3 of them.
Short sleeve, kind of like I do not wear short sleeve button ups. Like it's not a thing that's in my closet.
I've never seen you wear one.
Yeah, and it is like purple, like and pink and blue, like 80s sort of like it looks like, or not 80s, I guess like late 80s, early 90s. It looks like it's a shirt that looks like the opening of Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I love this.
Do you get it? Yeah. And
how'd you feel in it?
I mean, I wasn't hot. And so I guess at the end of the day, that was fine.
Was it confidence?
Not really.
Okay.
Listen, I like this.
I like the energy.
There's a reason I cover. There's a reason ever since I've been
hide my limbs.
Ever since I've been like 38, I've been covering this up as much as possible.
Sheath it, all of it. I'm going to a premiere after this, and this shirt is for that.
Your little MTV shirt. I do like that.
It's of a certain era.
Yeah.
Can you guess what premiere I'm going to?
Wait, MTV.
Something coming out this month. It's a throwback tone.
Oh, but it's not a reboot or something?
It's not a reboot, but it's a sequel. And it's a sequel from something of this era.
Is it a movie?
It is a movie.
They didn't make a Dude, Where's My Car 2,
No, but that's the right era. That's a good guess. Go horror.
Wait, this is
horror in that era.
Horror?
Yeah.
Wait, MTV? Oh, shit. But this might be like outside of my purview. Wait, Idle Hands?
Close. It's a little newer, and it got 2 official movies and a third.
Wait, listeners, people, and not listeners, viewers, I guess, people in the chat, guess what we think this is, unless you know what it is, in which case, don't spoil it for me, because I'm trying to guess.
It's a movie that had 2 official movies.
I know what you did last summer.
Is this not the perfect show for the premiere of what you did last summer?
That is pretty great. I will say, I'm still upset that they didn't call the sequel I Know What You Did 2 summers ago.
I know, because it's I Know What You Did, I Still Know What You Did, and this new one's just I Know What You Did. Why not go?
Wait, did they drop the last summer?
The thing. Yeah, no.
It's still called I Know What You Did Last Summer.
But like it's like the Scream thing.
And it's going to be
why is Scream 5 just Scream?
Parenthetical 2025.
Yeah. Scream 1.
I don't
Scream
like
2, Scream 3, Scream 4. Scream. Scream 5 and 6 and 1 are all called Scream.
I do not like
How do you call 3 movies Scream?
Yeah.
1, 5, and 6 are the same title?
Unsubscribe.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. Which one? They're the same title.
We need to do an entire episode where we just rename movies.
I would love that.
Where we just pick better names.
A summer special where we just rename movies.
For sequels.
I mean,
don't get me started with what I'm learning about this Megan movie thing.
Do you know what I would call this third one?
What?
You've got I Know What You Did Last Summer. You've got I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Came out 2 years later.
How can I forget what you did last
20 years later since the last one.
Yeah.
I'll always know what you did last summer.
That's pretty good.
Or I'll always know what you did that summer.
But yeah, I was going to say the problem isn't the still. The problem is the last.
I'll always know what you did that summer.
Right.
That implies like spooky and 20-year gap.
Okay, and when they're going to wrap it up, this is your last summer.
Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr., age 60.
I've already told you my Freddie Prinze Jr. I think I must have talked about this on the show.
I love the man. What's your story?
I hated him. He, to me, felt like everything I was supposed to dislike.
Oh, that's true. That's marketing.
In movies. And keep in mind, like, especially throughout, like, you're a teen, and it's just like, he's in everything, and I'm just like, it all just comes from jealousy, because you're just like, he's not
so handsome.
All the ladies love him, and all the guys love him, and I'm just like, whatever. But I just, like, I got it in my head that he was, like, a punchline of an actor, okay? Throughout, like, teen and 20s. Cut to 2009, maybe. I'm working on 24, the TV show 24. And I used to do this thing called Be a Cheap Piece of Shit, where because the whole show takes place in one day, continuity is important. So I would just never get a haircut in my real life, because when you show up to set and they go, you need to look like you did last time. And even if it's been a month or if it's been 2 weeks, or maybe I worked 4 other days that week.
That's amazing.
They have to cut your hair.
So go with the perfect haircut.
So I would just get free haircuts for the entirety of the time that I worked at 24.
I love this.
And so I would walk. So I'd show up on set, and the AD was in charge of everybody. He'd be like, fucking Jake, go get your fucking haircut. And I'd go to the truck, and I was like, we're not supposed to be over there. Like we were just like background, and I was a body double for John Boyd, the actor who was one of the characters in the show. And so it was just like, busy work, but you were there and on screen often, and so they had to look the same.
But you had to go to the fancy area because the haircut.
I'd never watched the show. I didn't know who the cast members were.
Sure.
I go into and we were in CTU, so it was only the group of characters in CTU. So it was Marilyn Rice Cub, it was John Boyd, like only those people. Like Kiefer came by occasionally, but most of his scenes aren't in the CTU unit. They're usually on the field, so we didn't see him a lot. Anyways, we walk in. I walk in, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is in the chair. And
in the haircut chair.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize he was even on the show. Okay. And that week, maybe 2 days prior, he was a guest host for Monday Night Raw.
Amazing.
WWE Monday Night Raw.
Which you do love.
And he was very good.
All right.
And you can tell when they bring in celebrities and they're there for marketing purposes versus fans. And so I was like, hey man, like, yeah, I saw you on Raw. He was like, oh, you're a wrestler. And yeah. That's when I had found out. So we just sat and we just chatted for a while, and I found out that he's been a producer for them for years.
Yeah.
And then he was like my on-set wrestling buddy. But I when I tell you, like the preconceived disdain, you really learn how like something that happens when you're a child, like you just get a thought in your head, and that's just the reality.
And then he's the nicest guy, because Freddie Prinze Jr. is the nicest guy.
And everything I've seen him in since, even old movies.
He's great.
Like we would rewatch something from the 90s that I never saw. I was like, oh, he's really good in this.
Yeah, and he's so kind.
He's really charming.
He literally is like a cook now. He's a chef. He's the sweetest guy. He's just married to the same woman for 20 years, and he's just the sweetest boy. Yeah. He did Scooby-Doo with his wife twice and then retired quietly.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so fun.
Catherine Dawson, I can just imagine Jake swearing at the fact that Freddie Prinze Jr. did 2 of the Scooby-Doo live action movies. Don't even get me started.
He also is like very outspoken about nerd stuff. Like he'll defend Star Wars' honor.
It makes sense that him and Lillard are in that camp together. They're in the same class.
100%.
Because they're cut from the same cloth.
Wing Commander slept on.
Yeah.
I love Wing Commander so much.
I kind of agree on
that. Movie doesn't get nearly enough credit. Well, I feel like we've ranted and raved for quite some time.
We did. We have a lot of catch-up stuff to do. We have to do a lot of gift horse catch-up, but we have not even addressed the behind.
Yes.
So
we're going to do those first.
Our next, well, we're not doing them right now. Next, what I'm saying is next, because we did not prepare.
Right. We did not watch them. This just happened.
Well, no, I'm also talking about like naming gift horses.
Yes.
That's what
I'm saying we have to watch and name.
So we're going to do like a big powwow of sorting out. We're going to catch up. We want to be kind to all the patrons and the people who stuck with us. So we want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to participate. And so in the next episode, we're going to sort out a big catch up. We're going to do something fun. We're going to do something unique. We'll also do something a little special to make up for the time away. So we're not going to do that today, but if you would like to have your name thrown into the pool of potential gift horses and potentially win an item you're choosing from the shop, you can only do that at patreon.com/koicast.
Remember to tag us. I want to see photos of stuff.
Yeah. Also, we've got a few hotline calls from the time we've been away, catch up, but we also would love some fresh ones because I feel like it's been a while since we've spoken to the listener via hotline. So we want to find out what's going on in your world. If you've got questions, if you've got games, if you've got ridiculous, silly shit that you want us to talk about, hit them with the number because I always forget.
818-794-0722. That's 818-794-0722. Or you can send a voice memo to contact@koicast.com. And
Doug McKinney.
You know what? I saw that right as I was finished.
I think the gift horse winner should get to take a swing at Cole.
You know what? I was so busy this last 8 weeks, and every week that we missed, I thought of the show every single Monday. So know that the guilt is already here, and I deserve the swings taken. If you see me at Comic-Con, don't take a swing, but I'll deserve it if you do.
What else? We also have the Discord, which is available on the website, totally free, not connected to the Patreon, but the Patreon is really the place to be. Patreon's the best way to support the show.
Lots of episodes. We're going to film a couple today. We're going to catch up some. Lots to talk about.
Yeah. Big summer.
Yeah, and next week, like next scheduled episode, I don't know if that's when the Catchup on voicemail one will air. It might be a week late because we're going to try to record. Basically, next time we record is going to be a big trio of stuff. Whether that's 3 episodes or 2, it's going to be hotline calls. It's going to be Superman and Fantastic Four review. That's going to have to drop first because that's important.
Listen.
But also, it's our annual lifetime letterboxed episode.
We missed that in June.
So we have a lot to film.
That's fun. I really enjoy those.
That's my favorite episodes.
I think that people...
No lie.
I think we're the only ones. I think we are the two people.
It'd be funny if the stats was like, it goes from like thousands to dozens. I'd love to see our those episodes.
Catherine, Jake, did you ask Quaid about Jack Quaid being in your film? I was talking shit about...
Oh, were you?
I was talking shit about how you're like, oh, my buddy Jack. I'm like, yeah, let's see how much of a buddy you are. Get that motherfucker on set.
We should have him on the show.
We should have him on the show.
I love Jack.
We should have a lot of people on the show.
Jack is...
We should just stop talking about it. Do it.
Dude, it was so cute. I was sitting at home like sad about the volume of work I was doing, just like even like Jake was saying, if it's good work, sometimes just the volume of anything good, like I was just so tired, and I was like really having one of those moments where I was like staring at my phone, and I had like I think 87 texts, 516 voicemails, and I
would throw myself off a bridge,
and over 1,000 emails. So my emails had passed the point where I could read the number of them. My voicemails had hit the point where I had just given up, and my texts were almost in triple digits. And I was just looking at my phone, and I was so sad, and it was just so much. And then a text came in, and I was like, well, this text is going to decide how I handle it was one of those moments you're like, and I opened it, and it was a message from Derek Robertson on the set of The Boys for the Rap Party saying like, hey man, we're all here. Everybody's talking about you. Wish you were here. We miss you. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because this was like, literally, if it was a, I need you to do something text from anyone, it would have broken me. But to hear that I was getting talked about in The Boys set, and it was an artist I really admire, and a bunch of writers I really admire on the show talking about me with Jack, I was like, okay, that text just saved my sanity. Thank you so much. Right. So yeah, I broke a little since I've seen you guys, but we're coming back. 3 big episodes to film in a row. When we get to that, we will absolutely let you guys know. Also, I'm going to
Wait. I'm sorry, Gil in the chat. What if the final I Know What You Did Last Summer is called You're So Last Summer? Good job.
It's a Mean Girls crossover.
Yeah, good job.
Also, for the record, I'm going to the premiere. Don't tell Sony. But I'm going to be reacting to the movie over at Real Rejects. So I'm going to go schmooze, mark it, and then I got a boogie because I'm going to react to it in 2 months. So when you guys see the reaction, know that I'm not lying because I'm doing the premiere and then reacting to it. So guys, I'm so busy.
Oh boy.
I'm so tired. But we will be back in a couple weeks or maybe 3 weeks, depending on schedule, for those 3 big ol' episodes.
Keep your eyes in the Discord for surprise episodes. And I will try to convince Coy to post about stuff. I've been pretty bad at the socials.
I put this in socials immediately.
I know. I respect that.
I did it real quick.
Also, at Coy Jandreau, at Jake Lloyd Bacon, wherever stuff is.
Yes.
As I am starting to make more progress on the movie, I'm trying to redevelop a healthy relationship with social media, because for a while I was pretty good at just being off of it. Remember I was telling you about how like
you were so happy
when I got the urge, I would just go to like Facebook Marketplace, or I would like do something that I would like shift.
Yeah.
But that's broken. I've gotten really bad over the summer.
I got back on for Superman, and I hate my life so much. I hate that instinct being back so much.
So, my the star of my upcoming picture, Helen Highfield, is an incredible, talented actress.
Oh, I love
She's
Helen.
great.
I didn't know that was official.
Yep.
Congratulations. She's incredible.
And Alexandra and some other folks have convinced me that instead of trying to fight it and annoy it, to attempt to interact with it in a way that is healthy. So I think what I'm going to start doing, because Alexandra's like, hey, you know what? You have a lot of knowledge about making films, both with full big budgets and for nothing.
Yeah.
And they have convinced me to start essentially putting out a material about how to make something.
Amazing.
And kind of work through the process.
Genius.
So I think I'm going to start doing that on TikTok. I know I'm too old, but that's where I am at Jake Lloyd Bacon on TikTok. I think I'm going to start sharing kind of. So if you're interested in like, how do you actually make something for no money? Because there's a lot of people out there who talk about making a low budget movie, but
only
$5 million.
A
low budget movie is still a full budgeted movie.
Yeah.
And learning about tipping points, learning about what that means, about how sometimes the more you expect, the harder it becomes. And like finding those realistic lines, if you're interested in like actually just doing something. If you're sort of person who's always like, I'd like to make something. how do you go from not doing anything at all to having an idea to actually just making the thing?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start talking about that on the socials. That's kind of my plan. And it'll also be a way to kind of help out with, raising awareness. Because as I talked about a couple weeks ago, as a way, since I am doing this movie entirely independently on my own, everything is coming out of pocket for us. So I'm doing a little bit of like very minor fundraising, and it's going to be happening kind of for the next year, I'm sure, however long we're making it, where I'm essentially selling credit on the movie for those willing to make a donation. So if you like the idea of having a credit, having IMDb and having Letterboxd, wherever you see credits, if you're interested in being a part of the movie, check out dreammatesmovie.com, DREAMMATES, Dreammates, like teammates with dream instead. Dreammatesmovie.com, and you can find out how you can be a part of it. Also, another way to help, if you reach behind you, back in stock, limited run, my debut feature film from years ago, now available on Blu-ray.
That's cool, man.
Direct from the source. So if you're interested in supporting the product, all proceeds for Pinch just kind of help me make the next one. So if you want Pinch on Blu-ray, that's available now also at that same website. You can find it all at dreammatesmovie.com. And yeah, I'm gonna try to engage with it. I've been fighting it for so long, the socials,
Go the other way.
And I'm thinking that maybe if at least I just challenge myself to, like, when I open the app, if instead of intake, I output something.
Yeah. Are you pre-filming and then just posting? Are you doing it in app?
I haven't started.
Okay. Because TikTok, you can
But
grow in
I
a
might
different
just
way.
do it. I might just like shoot it and then post it right immediately. Or I guess go live. Is that what you call it? Maybe. But also I asked Alexandra, because I struggle with like, well, what would you be interested in hearing? What would you be interested in learning? Because there's a lot of stuff, not to sound like a pompous, cocky piece of shit, but like there's a lot of stuff that I'm good at and that I'm aware of, but I don't know what that is.
Sure.
No. Like,
Oh,
it's
I
like,
see.
and so getting prompts, if you're out there and you're interested in independent filmmaking, you're interested in filmmaking in general, and you have questions about like, what does this mean? If there's something about film that you're aware of, but you don't really understand it, ask it, put it on the socials, and I'll respond. So she actually made a big list of like 20 questions that she's like, how do you go about doing this for a movie with no money? How do you go about doing this? And like she asked a bunch of questions which created prompts for me. So I was like, oh, that's great. Because then it's not a matter of like, well, what should I share? It's a matter of somebody just saying, answer this question.
Great.
So I'm going to attempt to start doing that. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Hold
and
me to it.
You can reply in comments.
Right.
Like someone asks something.
Seen people
you can make
do
a
that.
video of the reply.
Right.
That'll help you grow.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how good I commit to that, but I'm challenging myself to do it. And also
also,
I'll be sharing kind of the steps along the way as we make the movie, because this is going to be a long process.
Yeah.
I don't have the luxury of being able to block out 2 months to go shoot the thing.
Yeah, it's got to be during life.
And so, yeah, it's going to be sort of like when we find schedules. Right now, I'm like I said, I'm casting, I'm doing a lot of location scouting, and I'm really excited. I think it's a really fun project. I can't wait to share with people. Obviously, it's years out at this point from anybody seeing it, and I also don't want to talk too much about what it is, because I also want it to be a little bit of a fun. Hey, it's
going to be years out, so let it be. Yeah, wait till you mark.
But I do want to share like just the process of what it means to make something. And that is juxtaposed to my career, my job working in actual film and television, which can be exhausting. And so it's also a way of like taking the knowledge of like, what's the difference?
And having the fun creatively.
Hopefully. That's the goal.
Dreammatesmovie.com.
We'll see about that.
I love the title. I'm excited for everyone to get to be a piece, man. Check out dreammatesmovie.com. It's Dreammates.
Ashley's going to be a big part of it.
Ashley's going to be like, man, I'm so excited about Dreammates movie. The
I love
gumption behind that. All right, before we leave, Catherine Dawson Foy, I want to make sure we read the good comments too.
Yes.
Koi's been pretty good in promoting KoiCast recently.
Oh, look at that.
I've been promoting it everywhere. Ironically, when I can't make a shoot, boy, do I shout it out.
It's really funny that like you're promoting the thing as it's not active.
Yeah, when it's active, I'm like, I only have so much bandwidth, so when I'm not filming
that's fun.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys always being here.
I hope that's not to cut you off once more, but I hope this is different. That's my goal. It's been, 5 years, right, that we've been doing this, 200 episodes. And I know that we've hinted about like the intention of the show.
Yeah.
I like that it's more casual.
No
want
one
it to
else
be
got
more
the
casual.
premiere stories.
Yeah, I hope at least in the world of Koi talks on the internet all the fucking time. that
There's
at
a
least
new shirt.
that at least KoiCast is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I hope that it has a different feel, a different vibe. And if listeners feel that that's not the case, tell us.
Yeah, tell us what you
Course
want.
correct.
Yeah.
Because
that's how it became a two-person show.
I literally put a post-it note.
Casual.
to remind myself.
Hey, keep it casual.
Keep it casual.
And speaking of which, we're going to be doing some Patron Pod recordings next
now.
in mere moments. So if you guys aren't patrons yet, please, 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 this show is not advertised. This is something we do just from the patron support, and I have so many shows, so this is mainly out of just like I want to be here, but the little bit we get from Patreon really adds up to making it possible. So please check out patreon.com/koicast. It is very inexpensive for the sheer volume of stuff you lovelies get.
There's a whole lot of material
hundreds and hundreds of reviews, actually hundreds and hundreds of episodes featuring what would add up to thousands of reviews. If you want to know a movie or TV show, and if we've talked about it, you can just search it in on patreon.com. It's a very organized beast. Check out our Patreon. It really helps the show. And each one of you over there really means a lot to me. And everyone that can't afford to, keep sharing the show. If you ever get a shirt, tag me. I'll share it. I hit 45,000 on Instagram, which is jarring that I'm back on that.
Was
beast.
that hours per week?
Yeah. Just sheer volume of time.
Hours.
But I'm trying to get to 50K, and I really want to boost everything on there. So please tag me up, and I'll share some stuff. But that is going to do it for this 202nd episode. We will see you in a few weeks for that bevy of episodes. We don't know if that's going to be 2 or 3 eps, but we have Letterboxd to do, we have Hotline, and we have big reviews.
I just realized that I never changed the frame. So it said Alexandra Hoy underneath you this entire episode on the live stream.
Oh, that's amazing. So it said the name I said wrong.
That's so funny.
That is perfect. What a perfect episode for that. We will see you guys in a few weeks. Thanks for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you, as always, to Comic Books for existing. We'll see you soon.
It's Dragon Wagon.